No spirit guides. No, no, no. I don't believe in spirit guides. Why I don't believe in spirit guides. I'm going to talk a little bit about this here because this is something that is very interesting. I've heard about spirit guides for a very, very long time. There are these entities that are in the spirit realm that are supposed to help guide you, and everyone has one or can connect with them, and they could be ancient people who lived on this earth or other sort of spirits and things along those lines. Supposed to be helpful guides, right? Helpful guides. Well, whenever I've thought about this, things always seemed a little bit off to me. Like things just didn't really make much sense when it comes to these spirit guides. I think I've talked about them before in various videos. Maybe I've even made a video about connecting with spirit guides. I don't really remember. I've made so many videos at this point. So when I've thought about spirit guides, it's kind of been like, I mean, I'm not really going to connect with them. I really don't need to. And that's really the whole basis of this. Because I have been a little bit suspicious. I have been suspicious. It has set off some alarms in my mind connecting with spirit guides. And I've really never attempted to really connect with them. Maybe very, very briefly, but I've always noticed it's always been my intuition that I connect with. I'm not connecting with something external. Even when there is some sort of voice, a guidance of a voice that says, this is what's going to happen, just calm down here, just wait for the bigger picture to unfold, just be calm and rational. That's always been within me. It's always been my own intuition. But I've always wondered, is it something external that I'm not aware of? Maybe it is something external. I don't know. Could be. Could be something that's outside of me, but it feels like it's inside of me. So I usually just use my own intuition. If I am in need of some sort of guidance, I have used external things before, external influences. I have asked, put a question out there for, really, you should be skipping the spirit guides and go to God or, whatever the higher power is that you believe in. Because spirit guides are not really that higher power. Now, are they? They really aren't. No. So to me, it's like, I don't need to get information from them. That's not something that's going to be helpful to me. So I don't really need to connect with them. But here's the interesting thing that kind of really happened that really made me just kind of go away from a lot of this whole path. There was a situation that had happened that had unfolded throughout most of 2025 that was very interesting to me. Very, very interesting. And I felt as though I was very spiritually connected to something. I don't know what it was exactly, but it was something. Until it got to the point where I started to question it. I denied it a little bit. And then a lot of bad stuff happened. A lot of bad stuff happened, just kind of cascaded. I don't know what that. So all those things just started to build up, and I'm like, why the moment I began to question or defy this, did it turn on me? Then I began to think, is this something even good? Is this path that I'm on even good? If I feel as though I'm almost like a marionette in some sort of way, it's like, oh, you're going to go over here now. You're going to go over here. Here's where we're steering you. Here's where we're guiding you. This is the path it's guiding me on, and it's showing me. Here's what your interests are going to be. Here's what the people you're going to meet, the people you're going to talk to, the situations that are unfolding within your life. Here's how you're going to react to them. Here's the lessons you're going to learn. I've always been very grateful for that experience because I do feel very guided on that journey. And I have been shown multiple times that when something goes bad, or something seems to go bad, something just happens, and it's like I get lifted back up. There's like, realize that everything is going to be okay. because something magical happens. So I began to question that. It's just like, based on 2025, I was like, am I really being guided on this good path here? And then it was like, oh, you dare defy. And then a whole bunch of bad stuff started to happen to me. That literally, I would say at the time, for several months following these events that occurred, we're talking at least 4 months. Here we are at 5 months past these events, and things are not the same. Things will never be the same again. Like, it shook up my world so much, the experiences that I had, to the point where I was like, this is something that seems very evil. There's something that has been controlling me that is very evil, demonic, something. I don't know what it is, but something doesn't feel right about this. There's something very suspicious about this entity that has been guiding me. Almost like it had been building up to this moment. It was like, oh, we're going to bring you up here. We're going to make you feel all happy. And we're going to make you think that you're at the top here. That everything is going well for you. Even though, things are not where you want them to be. But we're going to give you optimism and hope that you can reach everything that you desire. And then I'm like, really? And then it's like, crash it all down and destroy it all, ruin everything to make me feel worse than I was way prior to all that. Like wiping out 20 years of my own self-improvement, just like that, within, a very short period of time. Making me question, has the path that I first ventured on, like 20 years ago, was that path all controlled by whatever this negative entity was? That's what was very interesting to me. And that's when I really began to think, spirit guides. Was that some sort of guide that was a demon in disguise as something positive, guiding me on some sort of path that was more of a negative path? I don't know. Because the thing is, even though there were a lot of bad, negative things that happened, things that are, at this point, there's no way I can change. Absolutely cannot change multiple things. Cannot go back in time. I still learned so much along the way. Like, if it wasn't for that journey, I would not be, be here today talking about this. But then I'm kind of like, does it really matter if I'm here talking about this now? I begin to think, it's like, does it really matter if I'm here talking about this? Is it really all that important for me to be talking about this? Does it really help anyone figure out their own life, me talking about this situation? Just so many questions that go through my mind that make me wonder about all sorts of things. So that is why, when it comes to these spirit guides, just the journey that I've been on, this realization that I had in late 2025 that made me really question, that literally destroyed my entire life right after that, everything just destroyed. I just began to really wonder, has everything been leading up to this moment to destroy it all from whatever this entity is? A very negative, nasty entity. I don't know. I don't have the answer on that, but I just always say, be careful of what is guiding you and if it's genuine and true. It may feel authentic and genuine, and it will present you with rewards for following what it has to say, where it's guiding you. And the moment you defy, everything goes bad. That's when there's problems. That's when there's problems. So, thank you all so very much for watching. If you would like to schedule a one-on-one session with me, you can do so over on my website, automasfidel.com/coaching. I look forward to working with you. I offer a free coaching session as well if you would like to get any sort of help with any sort of problem that you were dealing with. So come and contact me if you would like to communicate, and I look forward to communicating with you soon. So take care, have a great one, and thank you again for watching. Bye.